If your idea of a perfect summer day involves an adrenaline-infused rush from a truly frightening ride, skip the kiddie parks this year. The Matterhorn at Disneyland and Space Mountain at Disney World are both great when you're 12, but they will not make you weak at the knees. Instead, we recommend trying a different sort of ride, the kind with G-force that will knock you silly and massive freefall drops that will have you involuntarily laughing and praying for your life. Usually, roller coasters are considered to be the scariest rides in the world, but in this video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the scariest non-coaster rides out there, on which the fear turns into the kind of pure psychological terror, giving you a lifetime experience. Number 11. Edge Coaster Sky Experience Adventure. Get access to the Philippines' awesome and thrilling rides that are sure to shoot your adrenaline high up into the air. Visit Crown Regency Hotel and Towers in Cebu and try the popular Skywalk Extreme, where you will walk across a glass floor on the edge of the 127-meter-high tower. Fasten yourself on the Edge Coaster's two-seat platform and take a look down at the ground. Watch the bustling city life of Cebu as you slowly glide around the building's top floor. Despite its name, this ride isn't technically a roller coaster, since it isn't powered by gravity. But the terror it instills in riders nevertheless makes it a noteworthy thrill ride. Riders will no doubt feel like the ride vehicle is going to break off at any moment, but the masterful magic of engineering keeps them in place. So, if you're no more scared of acrophobia, book your tickets right now to Cebu City and enjoy the ride. Number 10. Derby Racer, Revere Beach, Massachusetts. The Derby Racer has a shady past, dating back to 1910 when it first opened. When the proprietor of the Revere Beach theme park at the time stepped up to give a lecture on amusement park safety, he fell from one of the coaster's cars and was killed instantly. Another tragedy happened in 1917 when a passenger misplaced his hat on the coaster's initial slope, and while attempting to collect it, he fell into the opposing track, was hit by another car, and dragged 35 feet. While the coaster was eventually dismantled in 1919, another tragedy occurred when a third passenger was flung from the train, prompting her family to launch a Supreme Court action against Ocean View Amusements, the coaster's operator at the time. Soon after its demolition, another coaster with the same name was built, but the bad connection hurt sales, and it was also dismantled 10 years later. Number 9. Sky Slide OUE Skyspace LA. Sky Slide, a pulse-quickening attraction at downtown Los Angeles' US Bank Tower, is a shortest ride of its own kind that can be proved a worst nightmare to you if you're afraid of heights. Take a ride down the Sky Slide, the world's only high-altitude glass slide. Race down 45 feet from the 70th floor to the 69th floor in a fully enclosed transparent chamber and enjoy the unique aerial view. Here, you can enjoy 360-degree views of LA's iconic downtown, steal glimpses of surrounding mountainscapes and the ever-beautiful Pacific Ocean. A true magnet for thrill seekers, the Sky Slide will get your heart pumping while offering mind-blowing views of the metropolis below. Note, the Sky Slide is closed now. Number 8. Cloud Scraper Zipline, Royal Gorge Park. Making it to number 8 on this list, the Classic Zipline Tour is Colorado's #1 rated zipline. Traversing over a mile of zipline cable on 9 lines, soaring over 100 acres of rolling hillside upon the Royal Gorge Plateau. The Extreme Zipline Tour is undeniably Colorado's most exciting zipline tour. Reaching speeds of 60 miles per hour on over 2 miles of zipline cable, the longest zipline is the expansive high-speed 1,700-foot zipline. This ride is not recommended for the acrophobics out there. If you're a hardcore thrill seeker though, head on down to Colorado and test your limits. Number 7. Infinity by KMG. KMG is a Dutch company manufacturing amusement rides, located in Nedergelderland. One of the scariest rides made by this company is Infinity Ride. Standing at a staggering 213 feet tall, or 65 meters in metric terms, this tallest transportable looping funfair ride is absolutely gigantic. Riders sit at the bottom of a massive arm and are hoisted into the air while rotating sideways. As you can imagine, the positive G-force achieved at the bottom of the descent is insanely intense, so much so that German regulations prohibit the ride from making more than one complete rotation. Nevertheless, the hang time you'll get at over 200 feet is flat out surreal, and just one rotation is more than enough to be memorable. Number 6. Giant Canyon Swing, Glenwood Caverns. The Giant Canyon Swing at Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park in Colorado is one of the most scary attractions in the world. I'mFromDenver.com ranked it number 3 of 5 of the most terrifying things to do in Colorado. Those who managed to open their eyes during the ride describe the lush green vistas below and Glenwood Springs in the distance as they travel a 112-degree arc back and forth across the cliff at up to 50 miles per hour. The requirement of a signed waiver, the height minimum of 4 feet, and owner Steve Beckley's refusal to ride his own creation more than once all enhance the appeal for extreme thrill seekers. Earth Tripper named the Giant Canyon Swing one of the 10 scariest rides on the planet. Depending on which way you face, it's a completely different experience. If you sit facing out at the beginning, it's a lot scarier. If you want the place to yourself, go in the mid-afternoon. Everyone is leaving and you can pretty much do everything as much as you like. No, wait. Number 5. SCAD Freefall, Orlando Towers. In case you haven't heard of these rides, SCAD Towers are full-fledged stuntman experiences. At least that's how I describe them. The acronym itself stands for Suspended Catch Air Device. From personal experience, I can say the SCAD Tower is by far the scariest ride I've ever been on, but out of the few of these rides out there, only one truly stands out. This one can be found at the Orlando Towers in Johannesburg, South Africa, located inside a former coal plant cooling tower. Guests start off boarding a metal platform and being lifted into the air. As the platform goes up, so does a large net. After reaching the top, guests are hooked up to a cord and lowered below the platform with the use of a release mechanism. A park employee releases the cable, sending guests plummeting downward with no cords after what feels like terminal velocity. Guests hit the net, which is specifically designed to cushion the fall as much as possible. Guests will drop over 131 feet into the net below. As you can imagine, the drop down feels much longer than it actually is, and the fact that it's inside a cooling tower makes it that much more surreal a fall. This is not for the faint of heart. If you think you can handle it, the Orlando Towers await you. Number 4. Zumanjaro Drop of Doom, Six Flags Great Adventure. This is an insane amusement ride, located at Six Flags Great Adventure in Jackson Township, New Jersey. At 415 feet tall, the ride is attached to the existing King Dakar roller coaster and stands as the world's tallest drop tower. Zumanjaro Drop of Doom consists of 3 freefall drop attractions, each mounted to a lateral flank of the King Dakar structure. Each of the 3 towers features a single floorless gondola sitting 8 abreast. Before riding, riders queue along a new African baboon habitat. Riders are harnessed in by over-the-shoulder restraints. Catch cars hoist the gondolas up the tower before reaching a dynamic height of 415 feet. The gondolas are then released into a fast freefall descent, attaining a terminal velocity of 90 miles per hour for 6 seconds. Once at the top of the 415-foot tall ascent, riders on a clear day are able to see Philadelphia, which is 41 miles away from the park. Number 3. Pterodactyl, Cave of the Winds. The first of its kind anywhere in the world, this ride sits on the edge of a 200-foot cliff in Williams Canyon in Manitou Springs. Those brave enough to ride will be launched over 150 feet into the canyon at nearly 100 miles per hour. The G-forces on this ride might make you feel a little silly, and the freefall drop will have you laughing and screaming at the same time. Once you are securely strapped in, you will freefall over 150 feet into breathtaking Williams Canyon. Your shrieks and laughs will echo through the canyon, but as you swing back and forth over the canyon floor, you'll be planning to ride the pterodactyl again. This freefall sensation gives the illusion of falling to your doom, but the cable above will quickly swing you back upwards. The fun doesn't stop there though, as you'll swing back and forth over the deep chasm with the wind in your face, and your sense of composure possibly in the blender if you hate big drops. And if you somehow still insist on riding this, you'd better bring a clean pair of underpants, because things may end up messier than the second season of True Detective. Number 2. Falcon's Fury, Busch Gardens, Tampa. Falcon's Fury is a freestanding sky-jump drop tower attraction at Busch Gardens Tampa Amusement Park in Tampa, Florida, United States. Manufactured by Intamin subsidiary Interride, the ride reaches a maximum height of 335 feet, making it North America's tallest freestanding drop tower. Riders experience about 5 seconds of freefall, reaching a speed of 60 miles per hour. The ride's name was chosen to invoke a falcon's ability to dive steeply at high speed to capture prey. This ride was officially opened to the public on September 2, 2014. Public response to the ride has been positive, with reviewers praising the height of the tower and the drop experience. Falcon's Fury has 2 shaded queue lines, a standby line which can hold guests for about 45 minutes, and a quick queue for guests with passes that allow them to bypass the standby line. Riders must be between 54 inches and 77 inches. When the riders are seated, a catch car connects to the gondola and raises it to the top of the tower, which takes about 1 minute. Although the tower is 335 feet high, the gondola stops 25 feet lower. When it reaches the maximum height, the seats tilt forward, with a computer-randomized wait time from 1 to 5 seconds. When the wait time ends, the gondola is released from the catch car into a 5-second freefall, reaching a maximum speed of 60 miles per hour. As the gondola passes through the pre-braking section, the seats rotate back into a vertical position. After the pre-brake, the gondola enters the main magnetic brake run, where riders experience approximately 34 meters per second squared of deceleration as the gondola slows. When it comes to a full stop at the base of the tower, the riders disembark. One cycle of the ride lasts about 1.5 minutes. Busch Gardens Tampa placed an Easter egg in the form of a painted Falcon's Fury logo on top of one of its buildings, which can be seen only from a certain side of the gondola. This heart-stopping ride takes thrill seekers on a slow ascent to the top of the tower before tilting them 90 degrees in midair until they're facing the concrete below. The next instant, the ground comes rushing to meet them as they drop straight down at 60 miles per hour. Seriously scary stuff. Number 1. Every Ride Stratosphere. Get ready for a thrill when you get up the courage to try these 3 thrill rides at the very top of Vegas's tallest building, the Stratosphere. Shoot 160 feet straight up in the air at a speed of 45 miles per hour on the Big Shot. You'll get a glorious view of the city and the mountains before you shoot upwards, then fall again just as quickly. Strap into the Big Shot, where you'll be shot 160 feet in the air at 45 miles per hour in a matter of seconds, all while overlooking the majestic Las Vegas Valley. Big Shot catapults 16 riders from the 921-foot-high platform up the tower's mast to a height of 1,081 feet, and then down again. That's all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more videos.